Right crawl.
Everybody know I'm playing talking. It's caught me by surprise. I really wasn't expecting to get up here and talk, being that, I'm not one of the fighters that been inducted into the Hall of Fame. But it's very great to be amongst these great fighters. My favorite fighters of all time. Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward. It's amazing to be witnessing, this moment for those guys. I definitely will be here when it's my time to soak up everything that they're going through. And when it's my time, I'll be ready to shine as well. Thanks.
The trilogy. Give it up for the International Boxing Hall of Fame trilogy classes, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, they'll all be back tomorrow for the induction ceremony, which starts at 2:30. Please fly safely. We'll see you folks tomorrow.
Everybody know Bud the Truth too. But another thing people gotta look at, not to speak on another man's money, but if Bud was as good as a lot of his fans think he is, then he would have been the one dictating the terms in this fight. He would be the one on the A side, and he would be the one with 3 belts instead of 1. You gotta realize, Terrence Crawford, he's had way more opportunities to fight over the last 3-4 years than Errol Crawford. He done had a couple of car accidents, all kind of those situations to keep him out the ring, a detached retina. So, truth be told, that the belt that Ugas had, Bud was supposed to have snatched that up. And it should have been 2 belts apiece. But to Bud's defense, he been strategically picking his fights in the welterweight division. He picked people that's just good enough. I'm not trying to hate on him or nothing. I'm just calling it like it is. He picking, solid guys that ain't got no real chance and beating him unless he make some huge mistakes that he too seasoned a veteran to do. So when he get a Kell Brook that Spence beat the hell up, a Sean Porter that's about to retire, a Benavidez that's on one leg, it's impressive to a casual boxing fan. But to the guys who know what they looking at, I like Bud. It's respectable, but it ain't. It's not top competition. Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz. It's way better fights than the ones he took out there. That's just keeping it 100. It's way.
Ladies and gents, it's Mr. Cleanup Gang, and I don't miss nothing at all. So before I dive deep in this video, I would like to give a special congratulations to guys like Mayweather, to guys like Roy Jones Jr., to guys like Shane Mosley, to guys like James Toney, to guys like Andre Ward, to guys like Juanwell Marquez, to guys like Miguel Cotto, and the list goes on, right? Bernard Hopkins, female boxers like Layla Ali, like you guys put a stamp on boxing. I'm sure I'm forgetting more names too because it was a lot. You guys and female put a stamp on boxing, elevated boxing to where it is today. And I would love to give my hats off to you guys. And you guys will always be in the fans' heart, and much respect to you guys, right? And I would love to give a special congratulations to Terrence Bud Crawford, my favorite fighter. We all know the way how these legends embraced him and the way how they made him feel like he belonged. If I wasn't aware, I would think that Terrence Bud Crawford was being inducted in the Hall of Fame with these guys, because they made it sure that he knows that you have a spot here in the Hall of Fame. You have a spot reserved in the Hall of Fame, and you could sit at the table with the greats. And just watching my favorite fighters embrace my favorite fighter, like like Roy Jones Jr., he was one of my favorite fighter at one point. No Secret Mayweather was one of my favorite fighter at one point. Embrace Terrence Bud Crawford. It makes me feel good, right? Because they acknowledge greatness, and that's what it's all about. So, despite the Terrence Bud Crawford accomplishments, and for all the things that he done in boxing, right? You still have the naysayers, and you still have guys that would hate on Terrence Bud Crawford, right? This old man, right? This man is old enough to be my grandfather, right? He's probably older than Mike Tyson and the rest of these guys that was here at the Hall of Fame inductee, right? He's supposed to have the knowledge and he's supposed to have the wisdom. Instead, he used that knowledge and wisdom and teach the youth and educate the youth on how great Terrence Bud Crawford is, right? He tries to defame his character. He tries to make it look like Terrence Bud Crawford been going around fighting bums, right? He tried to discredit guys like Sean Porter. He said Sean Porter was washed up, Kell Brook was washed up. He said Terrence Bud Crawford, this is exact words, right? He said, to Terrence Bud Crawford defense, he was fighting guys that he knew he could have beat. Number one, that. How you gonna say to Terrence Bud Crawford defense he was cherry picking? How does that even make any sense for you to say that out your mouth? So I know that this guy is not that intelligent, right? And then he said that Terrence Bud Crawford could have fought better opponents than Jose Benavidez and Sean Porter and Kell Brook. He could have fought guys like Keith Thurman, right? And Danny Garcia, Jerron Bruce Ennis, and Virgil Ortiz. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Keith Thurman been running from Terrence Bud Crawford for a long time. Not only Keith Thurman, but Danny Vantum. Danny goes Vantum, right? This guy been running from Terrence Bud Crawford since he was at 140. If you don't believe me, run the tape, please. Please just run the tape.
I would love to fight Thurman again. I would love to fight Kell Brook.
Crawford, maybe?
I would love to fight Mikey Garcia, or potentially a Crawford fight.
Right.
Not next, but that's a big fight because we have a history, and I feel like he needs somebody like me. Like I said before, there's no big fight in the welterweight division without Danny Garcia.
What do you think about this fight? That's a great fight.
Yo, these dudes need to be fighting 160. He's making it me and shit. Yeah, bro. I ain't fighting 147. Yeah, bro. I want to move up north. I don't feel strong no more.
Danny, who we got to talk to make this fight happen?
Right now, I'm just enjoying life. You feel me?
Yo, God bless to you guys because you guys put in the ring, man.
So you watch Danny Vantum did his best impersonation of Usain Bolt. He deserved a gold medal for running, right? Danny Ghost Vantum, right? So who else he said? He said Keith Thurman, right? Keith Duck Tom Thurman. Keith Thurman, you ain't safe, bro. I'ma get you. Look what Keith Thurman thinks about fighting Terrence Bud Crawford. Just look at how disrespectful Keith Thurman is. Look at how Keith Thurman rather run a marathon. I'm done. Just play the tape, bro.
I have no interest in the Crawford fight. It does not interest me. Barely a champion.
Jacob asks, why not go into a unification with Terrence Crawford? He has a belt, why not?
Interesting. Real talk. After Josecito Lopez, it seemed like ESPN wanted to get at me. A lot of people want to get at me. Boxing's a hot commodity right now. At the end of the day, I wanted to get at Manny Pacquiao.
Hard to make, or is it going to happen, is Spence versus Crawford. Do you think we'll ever see that fight? Because I heard you say if Spence beats Pacquiao, he might move up. And you were calling him undisputed if he beats Pacquiao. Are you not factoring in the WBO champ, Terrence Crawford?
If I got it correct, you only need 3 to be called undisputed.
I don't even know what Thurman got going on. He wanted to fight me for $10 million. That show he didn't want to fight. But everybody say I don't want to fight nobody but Pacquiao and Thurman. I mean Pacquiao and Errol. I was trying to fight Thurman before the Kell Brook, because he said he wanted that work. I told Tyrank them go get that fight. I'm the smallest guy though. At welterweight, they say. You know. But I can't understand, you know, how this small guy just, you know, taking over.
So I think I proven my point, right? So whoever this guy is, the dog spit or whatever his name is, spit dog, whatever his name is, spill dog. I hope this man see my video, right? Just to make him look foolish, right? Because you cannot fight somebody that doesn't want to fight you. Like, these PBC guys didn't want to fight Terrence Bud Crawford because they're aware that he's very dangerous, right? And Al Heyman would not put them in the ring with him because then he would take their belts and all the leverage would be on the Top Rank side. So I hope you guys understand. So this man needs to just sit back and accept greatness and just hope that Errol Spence Jr. make it in the Hall of Fame. Because I'm rooting for Errol Spence Jr. to make it in the Hall of Fame. You feel me? But just because I'm rooting for him doesn't mean it's going to happen. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all leave a like. Make sure y'all hit that subscription button. Make sure y'all share this video if y'all enjoy this content. That's all I got for y'all. And I'm out.